I come from a family of doctors. Both of my parents are doctors, and originally when I was young, I said I didn't want to become a doctor because I wanted to do something different from my parents. When I was in college, in the summer between my freshman and sophomore year, I volunteered at Mass General Hospital in Boston. And when I was there, I saw some really good doctors and I saw some really bad doctors. And I thought, I want to be a really good doctor. I really enjoy women's medicine because there is a big variety of experiences that I get to be a part of. I know this might sound crazy, but I actually like putting someone at ease when it's her first exam. I have a lot of young patients who sometimes come in and say, oh, I'm really nervous, this is my first time ever having a pap smear. I really like taking care of women when they're pregnant and going through that whole process with them. And then I also like helping women get through menopause because that can be a really tough time for women. The most challenging part for me is that there are times in obstetrics and gynecology that can be very sad and very difficult emotionally. For example, some of my patients who've had recurrent miscarriages, or sometimes a patient who can't get pregnant even after trying multiple treatments and methods. And those experiences can be difficult, especially when we don't always have the answer or the solution. And the best that we can do is try to empathize and help women through those difficult times. One of my most memorable patient encounters was actually just recently. I have a patient who I was taking care of with her second pregnancy, and she was having a long labor, and she said to me a couple times, Dr. Hahn, do you think I can do it? I feel like I'm going to end up with a C-section. What's taking so long? Something's not right. And I wasn't on call that night, but I could tell that she really needed someone she was comfortable with. And so I stayed a little bit later, and I said, you can do this. We can do this together. We can push this baby out. I'm confident you can do this. And she did. It took a little bit longer than she had anticipated and longer than I had expected also. But she did it, and she said afterwards that if I hadn't been there, she thinks that she wouldn't have been able to do it. So that was very satisfying. If I had to describe myself in 3 words, I would say that I am optimistic, energetic, and determined. In my spare time, I try to spend as much time as possible with my family, which includes my husband and my 3 children. I do try to take them to the bookstore and the library because I love to read, and I'm trying to instill a love of reading in my children also. I believe that Orange Coast Women's Medical Group is a little bit different from other groups in that it tries to really stay on the cutting edge. I think that the group is constantly trying to improve itself, the quality of its care. I'm really proud of my colleagues. I feel that as a group of physicians, they are such a strong group, and I feel like my colleagues are incredibly giving to patients and to each other. And I think that camaraderie is unique. I think we're very, very lucky to have it in our group.